Good evening, everyone, and welcome to my scope. Welcome, Betty. Thank you for joining. Hola. Sorry, forgot to move my light. Welcome, everyone, to tonight's scope. Thank you for joining. Thank you to my lifers like Betty, who have been with me here from the beginning. Welcome to anyone who is new. If you are just joining for the first time, I would love for you to let me know what's your name and where are you from so I can welcome you to our community here. The topic for tonight is a very juicy one, Betty. It is masturbation. So I want to begin by just setting some ground rules because this is a very controversial topic. And I want to just honor that not everyone agrees with masturbation. Not everyone might feel comfortable. This is a space to ask questions. What I do ask is always be respectful with your questions, right? If you're asking me about my personal experiences, I will not answer those questions, but I will answer it from a point of view of my clients and the research that I've done in the field. So those are just the ground rules. And as always, I'm here to build a sense of community, to get to know you, for you all to learn and grow together. So thank you for showing up tonight. So for those of you who are new and do not know me, my name is Dianise. I am the owner of Sexuality Power, a business dedicated to the full expression and empowerment of individuals and couples through their sexuality. Right? So we're all about building the life that you want through the sexuality that you wish to express. So thank you. Again, I invite as many questions as you have around this topic. I do want this, conversation to flow and for it to be informative based on what you all want to learn about. I have certain points that I can offer, but it always helps to just answer questions that might be just pending or things that you want to know about that you might not know. So one of the things I will say is I have some books that I will show and share as books that I've read in the past, books that I've recommended to my clients that have really supported and helped. So first thing is, what's masturbation? Right? What is masturbation? And masturbation is basically playing with your own genitals or someone else's genitals. Right? And I want to talk about both of those and talk about them a little bit differently and separate. All right? So the first thing, last night we were talking about pornography, and one of the things that came up was masturbation, which inspired this conversation tonight. So thank you to whoever it was that asked about masturbation and whether or not, there's a limit or at what point does it become healthy or not healthy. Masturbation in general, to begin, it begins when we're born, even before we're born. So if you look at baby images, sometimes babies in the womb cover their genitals. It's tissue. It has sensitivity. It's something that we're going to touch, right? Same thing once a newborn is here and they're babies, they also tend to want to touch there. And throughout development, children do masturbate. Now, we live in a society that doesn't always honor that doesn't recognize it as something normal. So there is a lot of shaming that goes into our sexuality when we're young because we're told that masturbation is not good for us. It's actually the opposite. Masturbation actually, endorphins run through our body the same way as with sex. You can't catch an STD or get pregnant from masturbation unless the person ejaculates on you and it flows to that area, and that is a thing. And it's really a booster for self-esteem, right? So when we engage in that intimacy with ourselves, it does really support our well-being. It supports our self-esteem. It supports our body image. It's all around a healthy behavior. Right now, some people have asked, at what time or at what point can masturbation become a detrimental behavior? And for me, with anything, whether it's masturbation or not, it really becomes a detriment when it hinders our daily operation, our daily functioning in life, right? So if you are, you used to go to the gym in the morning and then go to work and then go to lunch, and now you're completely foregoing the gym, completely getting to work late, not taking a lunch break, not doing things that you would normally do because you need to masturbate, right? Because that time must now be completely devoted to this practice of masturbation. That to me is on some level a sign of disruptive pattern and something that you would want to seek out a consultation for. And when I say consultation, I'm not a sex therapist. I do not claim to be a sex therapist. They have a very special place in this world, sex therapists, and I would recommend that you seek out a sex therapist, right? They really help with sexual dysfunctions. Another big thing that comes up around masturbation is, is masturbation normal with your partner? Is masturbation normal for your partner to do it to you, for you to do it to your partner, to do it in front of each other? And all of that is very much normal, right? All of that is a form of exploration. It's part of sensuality, right? It's part of enjoying your own body and someone else's body. And it's really something that adds to intimacy. So I want to talk a little bit tonight, foreplay or play. Both. So masturbation could be the actual end all be all of the night, and that be the end goal for an interaction with someone, or it could be used as a form of foreplay, right? You can lightly play with each other and tease and create that energy build up, right? That literally just explodes after a while. So definitely masturbation is both play and foreplay. The anticipation, yes. And one of the things that I really stress is when you are engaging in masturbation, a lot of people do it in secret. They hide it from their partner, and they're very mysterious about it. It's like, I don't want you to see me, or I'm gonna not even tell you I do it at all. I know couples who have been married for years and they don't talk about masturbation. It's just not, even though they do it, because I know they do it, right? Like, I've spoken to both ends, and it's like, I do it and you do it, but you both have not communicated to each other that you're doing it. And that can actually cause a breakdown in communication. So one of the things that I urge my clients to do, and I urge my friends and everyone else, is to do it openly, right? To make masturbation part of your sexual practice with your partner, right? Make it fun, make it interesting, right? Make it so that you can just do a show, right? Whether male, female, trans, you can put on a show for your partner, right? And have them simply watch. And even you can create some boundaries and say, you can't touch, right? This is just gonna be, you just get to watch tonight, right? Like, how exciting is that? They're gonna wanna like jump your bones after that, but they can't, right? Because that's part of the rules. So one of the things I wanna really just stress to us all is make it fun. Sex is one of the most fun activities on the planet. It beats skydiving by a million, right? So we really get bogged down by the technical of it, by like the reproduction that happens during sex sometimes, and we're not actually engaging in the fun that it can be, in the intimacy that it can create, right? To watch someone masturbate, right, to see what they do, not only is that arousing to you and to the person, right? Because being watched is very much arousing to almost anyone, right? There might be some anxiety that comes up, but if you're comfortable with that person, it quickly turns into excitement. And yes, Betty, you can learn all of this, right? No one was born with like the manual on how to have great sex ingrained in their brain. That was they aren't. So there are tools, tricks, and tips and things that we can all learn to further express our sexuality, to enjoy the act of sex much more deeply, and really have a more fulfilling experience. It takes practice. Yes. In the words of my Periscope friend Michael Cinquino, practice beats strategy. No, practice eats strategy for breakfast. Right? So it's all about practice. You can have 1,000,001 strategies, right? But it's the practice that really resonates and gets you to that point of pleasure and excitement and fun. So those are just a few topics associated with masturbation. It's a huge topic, so I can't possibly cover everything to do with masturbation in one chat. But I thought, just given the topic that came up yesterday, and it did come up that, like, what if I don't tell my wife, and what if I'm watching her do it, but she doesn't know I'm watching her do it. All of this, really, it's more about communication and building up that relationship with your partner. And then with yourself, it's the same thing. One of my quotes is, no one else can really please you if you can't please yourself, right? If you don't know what you like, how your body reacts to touch, to sensations, it's very hard to express that to someone else. And likelihood is they're going to be like, hey, are you liking this? And if you can't coach them through that process, right? If you can't guide them to say, I don't like this, but I do like this, and really direct them, that can really hinder your own pleasure, right? And it can also hinder the pleasure of your partner if they derive pleasure from pleasing you. So those are just some general tips on masturbation. It's healthy. Go out there, try it out. Try it out with yourself. Try it out with your partner. There's plenty of techniques. I will mention a book that is really good. 2 books. What do you think about reading erotica together? That is an amazing experience, Betty. Hands down, I would have to say that not only is it the reading of erotica, something that really connects people intimately, but the picking of the kind of erotica, right? So having your partner pick something that they want to read, but then you read it to them, right? Having you pick something that you want to experience and having them read that to you and really visualizing what that feels like, what that fantasy would be like. So erotica is definitely a huge thing. I even recommend reading erotica while your partner is masturbating to them. That's a huge double whammy. So thank you, Betty. And I will talk more about erotica maybe tomorrow, because that's a really juicy topic as well. So here are 2 books. I definitely love Sadie Allison. So back in high school, I've had this book since high school. Tickle His Pickle It's a great book. It's very much a visual book. It has a lot of graphics. It tells you about health stuff. It also shows you, you know, pleasure yourself, dress seductively, you know, just talks about lubricants. Great title, I know. I love this book. And it has like really cute images like this one, where she's kind of like a space cadet kind of thing. I don't know what she's doing there. But, you know, one of the things I talked about in one of my previous scopes is masturbating the prostate and massaging the prostate and using the perineum as a point of pleasure. That's definitely in here. So a lot of tips that I've already given you are further fleshed out in this book. And then there's things that I haven't talked about that are very informative in this one book. And this one's more like how to pleasure penises, right? This one is Tickle Your Fancy, and this one's really a guide for women on self-play. So it goes through the anatomy, then it goes through like erotic literature. Look at that, Betty. Erotic literature. Fantasy. It talks all about the clitoris and different techniques. So even if you are a man, a male identified person wanting to pleasure a female identified person, this is a great book because it talks about, you know, different hand techniques that you can use for play. I have both. I sell them. Haha. Oh, love chat with Nat. Thank you. Thank you for letting us know. I used to sell these through passion parties when I was a passion parties representative. Have sold a lot of these in the past. I don't do that anymore. But if you need a book, Nat apparently sells them, and I love supporting my viewers, so go to Nat for that. I have a waterproof erotica book. That is amazing. I want a copy. Thank you, Nat. They are both great. Really good books. She has a bunch of other ones. I have them here. One's Toygasms. Another one's Tickle My Tush. These are both topics we will be talking about soon. So definitely, you know, pick up literature. There's nothing like investing in yourself and in your own development, your own pleasure, your own growth. What if you don't like toys? That is why I love, love, love this book, because this book is entirely about the fingers, right? She really doesn't go into toys. She mentions them, but she really doesn't. Write 'em Cowgirl is also awesome. Yes, it is. Love Nat. So this one's a really good one. If you're not into toys, this is the book for you. So I hope you all enjoyed our talk tonight. I really, really love talking to you all and sharing every single night with you. I have already, this is, I think, my 106th scope of the year. So thank you all for being with me 100+ times, night after night for the last couple of weeks. And until tomorrow, thank you, Betty. Thank you. Thank you. I love sharing my wisdom and building community with you all. Oh, wow. You just started. I did. I started like 7 weeks ago, maybe. And I've been doing, you know, Monday through Friday morning inspirations, and then in the evenings every night, with the exception of one night when I had a migraine, have been doing the scopes every night. So thank you for all the support, all the hearts. I heart you right back at ya. And until tomorrow, have a passionate, orgasmic evening. Love you. Bye.